Hi Aquarius, I'm here with your general daily love messages reading. Welcome, thanks for joining me, hope you're good. Also check your sun, moon and rising signs, okay? And this can be for, cross watchers as well. It won't resonate with everyone, but I'm sure it'll resonate with some, okay? Okay, so I'm really going to tune into my guides now. Guides, and tune into the cards as well. Okay, so what are the love messages for Aquarius? What are the love messages for Aquarius? What love messages want to come out for Aquarius? Oh. Okay, first one out. Six of Wands. So some of you could have the traits of a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or you could be dealing with a fire sign. Okay, so we've got Six of Wands. Any more messages, please? Okay. Two of Wands. The Lovers. Yeah, so some of you are definitely dealing with a fire sign. And then we've got Gemini energy there with the Lovers. Okay. Okay, tell me more about this Lovers, please, and this Two of Wands. Okay. Eight of Swords. Yeah, you could. Some of you are definitely dealing with a fire sign. Some of you are definitely dealing with Gemini, and then you could be dealing with a Libra or an Aquarius as well. And then we've got Three of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So far, it looks like maybe somebody wants to come towards you, a fire sign or something, or maybe they're trapped in a third-party situation, or they can't come towards you because there's restrictions going on in the world, So we've got the Eight of Swords and the Three of Cups. Also, this could be same-sex relationships as well. It could be the fact that they're in a third-party situation and they're trapped and they don't know how to get out of it, and there's subconscious fears going on with this Eight of Swords here. They could have more than one person here because of the Two of Wands and the Lovers and the Three of Cups, yeah. Maybe they can't come towards you because they feel trapped in this third-party situation. You could even have a new person coming in, a fire sign. Your person could be around a Gemini, could be around an air sign, but this could be going on in their head as well. They want a renewal with you, they want to reconcile with you, but this could be going on in their head, like mental suffering, chitter-chatter, subconscious fears. They're very conflicted within themselves or in their life. Also, you could just be having a sexual relationship with someone. If it's not you, it'll be your person or whoever you're involved with. Plus, as I said, this is general as well. This will be general and what's going on in the love area. There's a bit of general energy here as well. You could miss your friends, going out, having fun, outdoorsy, being free. You feel very trapped and restricted at the moment. You don't want to see what's going on in the world. You wish there wasn't so much pain and suffering. You wish there was more peace and love and prosperity. You just want things to, come to a halt now. You want things to turn out good in the end. You want things to be a success. I do feel a lot of you Virgos are heavily burdened at the moment, okay? Because Wands, they're all about movement, progress, passion, being successful, feeling victorious. Now we've got the Ten of Wands. So some of you are definitely feeling trapped within your environment. Hang on, I just want you guys to be able to see. That's it. I feel this is a home environment, not just a loving relationship, or if your person's in a third-party situation. And I'm guessing that's the case because of the surrounding cards here. So we've got the Ten of Wands. So someone here is heavily burdened, they're stressed, they're over anxious, they're worried about something. Like I said, they feel very conflicted, not being able to make a decision between two people. I'm picking up here. Maybe someone needs to set boundaries here if you're dealing with an air sign. Get some more, please. Definitely feel someone's in a third-party situation and they can't seem to make up their mind. Look, they feel conflicted. They can't make a decision. There's no boundaries between a lover and you, or or this could be you. Also, like I said, somebody misses freedom, being independent, going out, they feel trapped. You know, it's like someone's bound to something and it's causing them stress, like they can't seem to make up their mind between two people. That's what could be causing the delay. Tell me more about this Eight of Swords and this Ten of Wands. What was that? Ooh, right. So I've just pulled the Knight of Rods, such as the Knight of Wands and the Devil. Okay, now I have to be honest here. It looks like it could be you, or it could be your person who you're dealing with. Okay, this has come up as a love reading, but there is a little bit of general energy here as well, where someone feels trapped, restricted, frustrated and fed up, and misses being free, you know, because of what's going on with the pandemic. Okay, so I've got Knight of Rods, Leo, we've got Leo, we've got Aries, and then we've got Sagittarius, and then we've got the Devil. So some of you are dealing with a Capricorn. I definitely feel some of you are dealing with a player, because the Knight of Rods, he's sort of in and out, a bit of a player. He's got like multiple lovers on the go. He likes to keep his options open, and he likes to have his cake and eat it sort of thing, if you know what I mean. Okay, they could be in a very toxic third party situation. I think this has come up a lot for you. Very toxic, where they feel trapped and bound, and look, there's too much fear. Look, there's no boundaries. There's a lot of codependencies, addiction. Someone's got alcohol problems here. Could be their person. This is probably you. This is how it's making you feel, you know, just very very conflicted, and maybe someone's got problems with communication. Yeah, it's like it's either you or your person. You don't want to see the reality of a situation because it's too painful, right? Someone here is definitely in a toxic third party situation. Maybe they've got into a habit of being codependent on alcohol, on, you know, the sexual side of things. There's definitely someone here that needs to make a choice between two lovers, or they don't want to. Okay, they could be very manipulative, very selfish and very arrogant. Also, I'm picking up someone here that is very, very egotistical. Like I said, arrogant. This Knight of Rods, I don't like the feeling I'm getting from him. Like I said, whoever you're dealing with, or it could be the person that they're around, that likes to, the sort of backwards and forwards, a player, messing around, multiple women, multiple men, you know, and they like to keep their options open. That's how I feel here, you know. So it could be them that's trapped in a third party situation. You are feeling conflicted, you're feeling blindfolded, especially with this Two of Wands. You're thinking, look, is it worth it? You know, should I just walk away? You know, with this Devil as well, it's like someone is bound. You know, they can't seem to get out of this sort of codependent bondage sort of thing. You know, the person that they're involved with could be doing dark magic, manipulating, mind games. But someone here feels very conflicted and unable to make a decision. They feel stuck, you know, so they've gone sort of deep into their subconscious mind. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Swords. So like I said, you could have the traits, or it could be the person that you're dealing with, because I picked up air energy with this Eight of Swords. The person that you're dealing with could be involved with an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, we've got Gemini energy there. So we've got the Queen of Swords. Again, someone that is very sharp-witted, very sort of tough on her words. You know, she is all about the decisions. I do feel this is the third party who they're dealing with. They could be around an air sign. The Queen of Swords, she's very sharp with her words, and she can be quite demanding and manipulating. You know, she's very set in her ways. You know, this could be you. Maybe you've got the traits of an air sign, and you know, you could be setting your boundaries and making a decision, and you know, to cut cords with it, stand your ground. You know, it shows some tough love here, if you know what I mean. And I just feel that this third party situation seems to be never ending. Tell me more about this Queen of Swords. It's like somebody needs to make a decision here. Could be you. Hang on a sec. Yeah. Two of Pentacles. Someone's definitely got more than one person on the go here. So you could be dealing with a fellow earth sign here. There is definitely someone here that is in a very toxic, manipulating, third-party situation. They're in sort of this material sort of codependency, bondage. There's a player energy here. Someone here has got more than one woman on the go, more than one lover on the go. They like to keep their options open, sort of in and out of your life. There could be cheating going on. Now you've got the Two of Pentacles. Yeah? So someone's juggling more than one person. This could be you. You're struggling between walking away, saying something better please, or juggling, you know, being in this situation. You know, you feel very conflicted. The other person that they're dealing with, that she just looks very demanding, like I said, sharp. This could be you, like I said, setting boundaries, standing in your ground. You know, your person could be struggling financially, they're juggling a lot. But there's definitely someone here that is very conflicted and juggling more than one person here. Okay. Tell me about this Two of Pentacles. It's like someone is struggling to maintain balance, or to find balance within themselves, or within, you know, it's like they're juggling. There's too many options. Maybe they're overwhelmed. You know, maybe they've got in too deep. This person looks out of their depth. You know, like something's come back on them here. Yeah. Remember on this Two of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. Someone here is definitely unable to make a decision here. Well, that's what I feel here. Player energy, too many options, wants to have their cake and eat it, backwards and forwards, in and out. And as I said, it's burdening someone here. Look, it's too stressful, it's burdening them. Someone here doesn't want to see. They feel trapped, they're very conflicted. Look, it's too painful. It could be you, maybe it's hard for you to see them, you know, with the other person. Maybe something's come back on this person, you know, who you're dealing with. You know, something could have come back on them, you know. Okay, I do feel, it's just like someone can't make up their mind. This is that's why there's a delay in someone feeling victorious or something being a success. You know, you're planning, look, you're making a decision, you're thinking about it, is it worth it? You don't want to be a second option to someone anymore. So you're going to walk away to something more beneficial, to something more, you know, real and honest and true. Because with this Knight of Rods, all I keep hearing is a player. In and out, in and out. They want to have their cake and eat it. They like to keep the options open. They're not a one-man type of person. And I think it's causing you to feel conflicted. Look, you know, or the fact of the matter is that they can't seem to make up their mind between multiple lovers, multiple choices here. And they feel conflicted. Someone here seems very mature as well. Yeah, very mature. They're not good with feelings, they're not very honest. Like I said, just someone that just messes around, messes with people's feelings. Tell me more about this Devil and this Two of Pentacles, please. There's definitely, there's no stability here, there's no boundaries, there's no honesty, and there's no balance within the third party situation they're in. In regards to who you're dealing with, there's just no balance here. Someone really likes to keep their options open. That's what I feel here. You know, they could be around someone that is quite boozy, that likes alcohol. I just get a sort of in and out energy. Also, this person could be trapped with fear and doubt and worry. You know, like I said, I'm picking up someone here that's very egotistical, very arrogant. I feel this has put a lot of stress on you. Yeah, Page of Cups. So some of you are definitely dealing with a water sign, or someone could have the traits of a water sign. You know, this could be you thinking, you know, you deserve better, should I walk away? Look, you're thinking about it with the Two of Wands, planning, making a decision, being sharp-witted with your words, setting boundaries. Okay, so we've got the Page of Cups. So again, you know, someone, I feel they're not mature enough, you know. They're too deep within their emotions. Yes, with the Page of Cups, they can be romantic, but because of the surrounding cards here, I just feel you're around a very immature, childlike. They're not good with emotions. They're not mature enough for a relationship. You know, you could be dealing with someone who's younger than you, just very immature, not good with emotions, emotionally withdrawn, unavailable, player, you know. They're just not mature enough. Like I said, they still act like a child. That's what I get. They're not mature enough for an adult relationship sort of thing. You know, they just want to keep their options open, just mess around. You know, sexual fun here, multiple lovers, multiple choices, and you might just choose to walk away. You know, also you could have a new person coming in here, such as a water sign, a Cancer, Pisces, or a Scorpio coming in. It could be a new person to offer you their love, something more stable, something more secure, something more balanced. Yes, wow. So the Ace of Cups just popped out here. Okay, so some of you are definitely starting a new relationship. You could have a new person coming in. You know, whether you want to choose between an old person and a new person, that's up to you. Okay, that's your choice. That card just jumped out. See, some of you are definitely, you could be saying to the universe, something better please. Yeah, you could be saying, something better please. My heart's not in it, it's too toxic. This person's a player, they've got too many options, they're no good. You know, there's no boundaries, there's no respect. You know, but I definitely feel some of you have got a water sign coming towards you, or you're going to meet someone new that wants a solid, stable, romantic relationship with you, a proper commitment. I do feel this person that you're dealing with has got commitment problems. They're too immature, and they're not ready to commit. Like I said, they're just not mature enough. This person could be coming in to offer you something more stable, more secure, to offer you, you know, love, romance, just, you know, look, to tell you how they feel. If you don't already know them, you're definitely going to be starting a new blossoming relationship, a loving, stable relationship with a water sign here, with this Ace of Cups. Yeah, this person could have held their feelings in for a long time, you know, out of fear because they thought that you're still involved with someone, if this is the case. Tell me about this Ace of Cups. Definitely got a new person coming in. Going to be starting a new relationship, because I feel that you've had enough of this this old relationship. Because there's just too much deception and sneaky behaviour. So it could be you that's just going to gather your resources, stand your ground, and just choose to walk away and cut your losses and walk away. I do feel that this person's doing deception. There could be stealing going on, sneaky behaviour. This person lies a lot. That's what I'm picking up. They're just not honest. They're no good. I don't feel a very nice energy from these energies. I'm reading here these messages. I just feel I just feel if it's not you, it could be your subconscious mind saying, something better please. You know, you could be searching for something more long term, you know, something more eternal. Yeah, you want to manifest something better, and you could have manifested something new into your life, someone new, such as a water sign, because this situation is making you feel conflicted and stuck and like it's not going anywhere, like it's at a dead end, and you're going to choose to just cut your losses and walk away. Like I said, you want a mature, loving, stable relationship, okay? Where someone hasn't got 100 people around them, okay? So you're saying to the universe, something better please. You could be gathering your resources. You know, you've got the tools, I've got the resources, I've got the power, I can do this to manifest something better, to create something better into my life. You could be manifesting abundance, love, prosperity into your life, you know, wealth. But I do feel that you need to let this go, or the other person, you know, they need to let something go. Yeah, because the surrounding cards, I feel that you've got a lot of passion, and the other person is lacking passion. They've got commitment problems, codependency problems. I just don't feel that you trust them anymore. But you're definitely manifesting a new person, such as something long-term, something eternal, stable, concrete, something real. Yeah, so you could be taking on the magician's energy here to be creative, you know, because like I said, it just feels like a dead end at the moment, this situation that you're in here. I think this is similar to the last reading I did for you. Also, this could be someone doing manipulating, mind games. You know, someone here could even practice occult, you know, dark magic, because you've got the devil there as well. I just feel darkness, you know, and it's just causing you to feel stuck and conflicted, and I just feel that you want to manifest something better. You could be, like I said, saying to the universe, you know, something better please, you know, that's what I'm hearing. You want something more long-term, eternal, stable, secure, and you're being creative about it. Look, using your initiative, tapping into your intuition. You know, you might be meditating with this hangman, could be dealing with a Cancer. You might be meditating at the moment to just gain clarity, you know, come to realization that you have to let this go. Whoops, what was that? Yeah, someone's definitely walking away from something here. So we've got the 8 of Cups, so you're definitely dealing with a water sign. You could have a water sign coming towards you. I definitely feel some of you are starting a new romantic relationship here with this Page of Cups and this Ace of Cups. It could be a water sign coming towards you. You could be saying to the universe, something better please, going on a self-growth journey, soul growth journey, spiritual awakening here. Also, it could be your person walking away from something, but it might be too late because you've got a new person coming in. But someone here with this 8 of Cups is definitely walking away from something that doesn't fulfill them anymore. Okay, you know, you're just saying to the universe, you're just saying something better please. Okay, I feel especially with this Queen of Swords, like I said, could be you setting boundaries, standing your ground, you know, cutting your losses, severing ties with it. Also, I feel the person that they're around as well is quite demanding. I feel it's a sexual thing here. Like I said, they don't want commitment, whoever you're dealing with. They're just a player, you know, a bit of a womanizer, you know. In the past even, or now, they're quite sharp with their words, whoever you're dealing with, or a third party situation, but someone's definitely walking away here. That's more about this 8 of Cups. And one is 8 of Cups, because it doesn't emotionally fulfill you. Yeah, you've definitely, I feel that a lot of you, you know, it could be who you're dealing with, you know, maybe they've had a reality check, but it's too late. But some of you definitely got a water sign coming in here. It could be a new person, if you don't know them already, okay, because we've got the Page of Cups, King of Cups. Maybe your person's maturing and they're going to come back for a relationship, something more stable, secure. Yeah, I definitely feel you've got a new person coming in. You're going to be starting a new relationship, you know, and it's going to blossom. It's something more secure, something more real, something more stable, and somebody that's not a player. So you've got the King of Cups. So some of you are definitely going to be, there's a new person coming in here. Okay, so you might need to surrender, you know, let things unfold naturally and let something go here. Because you've got this emotional sort of romantic King of Cups here. Could be someone that is waiting to make a move, someone that's very affectionate, that's got a lot of love for you. He's very in tune with his emotions, very in charge of his emotions, more stable, more secure, something more real here. Look, something with a bit more, something a bit more, you know, eternal. Someone who likes commitment and doesn't like to mess around with lots of people. Okay, so you might want to free yourself from fear here as well. of that you're not going to find anyone better, because you will. And I'm strongly feeling this Ace of Cups that you're starting a new relationship with a water sign. Yeah, you could be making a choice here between a new person and an old person. But with this Magician here as well, I strongly feel that you're saying something better, something new, something more stable, something more eternal here, you know. And that's why someone could be in a hangman mode here, to just gain clarity and have that sort of reality check, you know, coming up with creative ideas here. The person, this new person coming in, this water sign, they could be coming up with creative ideas to approach you, to talk to you, to manifest you into their life. Could be a soulmate connection or a twin flame connection. But someone here is definitely going to have to make a choice between multiple people, between this player energy that is around this person, this toxic third party situation, you know. Someone here is definitely going to have to make a choice between two people. That's what I feel here. There's a lot of twos and there's a lot of walking away. Yeah. I feel that you'll go with this new person here. Yeah. I feel that you'll go with this new person. It looks more stable, concrete. Like I said, they want to offer you something more real, and someone that's not a player, and they'll treat you nice and they'll respect you, and you want unconditional, and you're just saying to the universe, something better please. And you could be working on that, look, coming up with creative ideas with this Magician to come out of this dark bondage situation going on. You know, free yourself, because you feel very conflicted here, or the person that you're dealing with, very conflicted, you know. Someone that's got their head screwed on a bit, and that's not a womanizer, not a player, you know. You don't want someone that's sort of in and out of your life. You want something eternal, something stable, something secure, and someone that's got their head screwed on, like I said, that hasn't got multiple lovers around them, multiple choices. I pick up a very arrogant, egotistical person. Yeah? I feel that they just mess around here, like I said, playing games. But I feel that you will go with this new person, and it'll be much more beneficial to your life, much more happiness here, much more romance, much more mutual understanding, respect, boundaries, you know. I just feel that you want something better, and you're saying to the universe, something better please. New love please, new start please, new chapter. Out with the old, in with the new, yeah? Letting go of old cycles, walking away with this Eight of Cups, you know. But someone's definitely going to have to make a choice here between an old person and a new person. And that's very much up to what you decide to do, you know. Just follow your heart. That's what I say to everyone. I hope it resonated. I hope it was insightful. I hope it helped. You know, let me know in the comment section. If you're new, give me a like, give me a subscribe. You know, if you need to know anything,